Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jacqueline Lopez, and today we are going to be creating this beautiful rustic wooden candle holder, perfect for a dining room table, wedding centerpiece. It has just so many uses and it fits with so many different decor styles, so I'm very happy to be sharing this with you today. Now, as always, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell so that you are notified every time that I post a new video, and also do not forget to like, comment, and share my video. That really helps my channel to grow. But let's just get into it. And here are the supplies that you are going to need for this DIY. You will very importantly need a forstner bit. I'm probably saying that wrong. Mine is a 1 inch, but you can also use a 7/8 of an inch. And of course, you're going to need a drill, not pictured because it's too big to put in here. A beautiful piece of wood. Mine is cut at 18 inches. And you're going to need some sandpaper and an electric sander. I'm also using a pencil and ruler to mark out where I want my little holes to be, and then of course any staining materials. I'm going to be using this true brown Rust-Oleum stain, a brush, and some staining cloths to remove the excess. Now, the first step is going to be to sand your piece of wood to get it really nice and smooth, maybe round up some of the edges. Now, I didn't show you that because it would take forever, but now it's time to drill our holes on our piece of wood that are going to be the candle holder. I'm going to start by measuring and making out some lines so that I know exactly where to make each one of my holes. The first marker I went ahead and did was the exact center of the piece, both lengthwise and how wide it is. I did it by marking a little cross in the center, and then I went ahead and pre-drilled a little bit of the hole so that I could see how wide it was, and that would determine how many spaces I would have on the entire piece. So now it's time to mark the rest of my piece. Now, because I am using a 1 inch Forstner bit, obviously it is a 1 inch hole that we're going to have. So I decided on 1.5 inch spacing in between each one of them. And I went ahead and marked the spaces by making these little loops. Here at the end, we are left with a 1 inch space on both of them. And I do have little lines in the center that marks exactly where I'm going to be drilling the holes, because it does have a little pointy bit at the end of the bit, and I'm going to show it to you right here. That's the little end piece that I'm talking about, and it makes kind of like a little pilot hole right in the center. Now, all of these marking lines that I did, I'm not going to erase with an eraser because it's going to make it weird. I am instead going to just sand them off because I'm also going to sand the edges once I go ahead and drill all of the holes. Now, all of the holes, I was using at first this method of a little dowel stick, and that's how deep I wanted them. It is a 1/2 inch like deep, so I put that little marker line in there, and I would just put it inside of each one of the holes to see how deep I wanted them. And as always, I like to show my mistakes because this technique works so much better. Now, here is my first hole. It's not as deep as it needs to be, but I found that instead using some masking tape or painter's tape to show how deep I wanted, it would tell me exactly where to stop. But it's very important to have this little like flag at the end, because this is what's going to kind of spin around, and you're going to see that that's where you need to stop. At this point, I went ahead and already drilled all 7 of the holes for my candles, and all I'm going to do at this point is sand the top so that I can erase all of these markings and I can give the ends a really nice smooth finish. Now, after that comes my favorite part, which is staining, and all I'm going to do is stain and then wipe off the excess. This is a technique that I like to use best. Now, I did end up using 2 different stains. I'm using the true brown that I showed earlier, and then I am using Briar Smoke, which is actually already kind of mixed with another stain, so it's not exactly these two. And I like using this staining technique of brushing on 2 different stains instead of mixing them together, because once you wipe off the excess, they mix together but also stay separate at the same time, so it creates a really unique stain on your piece. So just brush on your stain and then remove any excess with a staining cloth, and I'm going to repeat this section by section on the entire piece. Now I'm sorry that these clips are a little wobbly, but my son did help me film them. Thank you for that because he is great help. Now here is the completed piece. I absolutely love how it turned out. I love the way the stain took to my piece of wood. Now I'm gonna leave all of the dimensions, measurements, everything in the description box down below. The type of wood that I used, I don't remember what it's called. It's not the most expensive, but it's also not the cheapest, because I take pride in picking really nice pieces of wood for these projects, because again, I want them to look like if I had bought them at the store, not just something I threw together. Now, I do hope that you love this piece as much as I did. Let me know if you plan to recreate this. If you can't, don't want to, or don't have the tools to do so, I do have them listed over on my Etsy shop. I do have that linked down below, so make sure to go check that out as well, because this candle holder is so versatile and fits in pretty much any decor style. But I hope that you enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun making it for you. If you have any questions, leave them down below. I try to get to them as soon as possible. As always, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Hit the notification bell so that you are notified every time that I post a new video. Don't forget to also like and share it. Thank you again for watching. Have a good rest of your day. Bye bye.